also have some fall yardsticks out right now. So we have the gnome with the leaf, the gnome saying fall, and then there's some really cute pumpkins in yellow, orange, and this rustic white. And they also have this cute little sunflower. They are also coming in with all of their pumpkins. So we have these here, little styrofoam pumpkins. Then they have the ones that have kind of the crackle and the glitter on them. There's a couple different sizes and they're different colors. They also have that cream one down there, and this one is more of a brown and gold. They have these felted ones here. These are really cute. They're very plush. Like the little tan ones are cute. And then they have the velvet ones that they have every year. These are a hard foam inside. And then the variety of the plaid ones in here. And then they have the 3-pack of clip-on sweater pumpkins in a variety of different colors. And then they have the little sweater picks as well. And then over here, they have these little tabletop pieces, the styrofoam pumpkin and the small floral piece on it. You can see it's only about the size of my hand here on there. And here's the orange one. It's actually, the pumpkin's even smaller on the orange one. They also have these little wood like wreaths here with the mushroom in the center that says Happy Harvest. And then they also have it in this kind of pumpkin orangey brown color with Hello Autumn on the leaf. And then they have the ivory and the pumpkin spice mug in the middle, and the natural brown wood that says Be Thankful. This next shelf that we're gonna go through is all $1.50. First ones that I'm seeing are these little tabletop signs, and it comes in the blue and the teal that says Thankful and Grateful. And then it also comes in the sage and cream that says Give Thanks, and then the orange plaid that says Thankful and Grateful. Next, they have these 2 tabletop signs. They're kind of in the shape of pumpkins. So we have Welcome to the Pumpkin Patch and Fall Sweet Fall. I like the coloring on this one. These are just about the same size as my hand. Okay, these next tabletop pieces are also $1.50. So we start with this one here that says Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. I have this brown one that says Farm Fresh Hot Apple Cider. This one is Fall Sweet Fall. And the last one is Pumpkin Spice. They're all about the same size, which is just shorter than my hand. And they also have chair covers. It looks like one has a red hat, that's a girl, and one has a brown hat, that's a boy. That looks like that. They come in these little packages here that are kind of hard to tell what they are. These ceramic containers are also marked for $1.50. So I'm seeing the pumpkin in the orange with the gold top and the cream with the gold top. And then they also have the acorn shape with the dark brown top. Those are cute, and they fit in the palm of my hand here, so they're on the smaller side. I picked up one of these to put on the nightstand, so I had a place to put my jewelry before I got into bed. It comes in handy for small things like that. I've also seen people put them next to the sink if they want to take off their rings and stuff before they do dishes. It's also a good idea. And then there's these little sitters here with the beaded legs. These are cute. Oh look, they have a little turkey. All right, I think those are the 3. Nope, there's 4. So you have the little fox here, and then you stay there. You have the little scarecrow here with the overalls, the turkey, and then the scarecrow with the skirt. So you got those 4 options, and those are each going to be $1.50. So there's a couple of other gnome options here. So we saw the one with the leaf and the one that says fall. There's also one that has the sunflower. And then they have these pumpkins here with the beads. So I'm seeing it in the cream with the orange beads. And they have it in the copper with the kind of mustard colored beads. And that does say Happy Harvest on it. And the cream one says the same thing, Happy Harvest. And then the sunflowers comes in the yellow, and then the yellow and the orange. I thought these were cute because they have the kind of a boucle sweater kind of fabric on them. It says pick your own apples, hot cider, fresh donuts. And then this one says pick your own farm fresh pumpkins. And this one says autumn is calling, leaves are falling. I think those are all so cute. I really like that one. All right, this next one here is really nice. I've never seen them do something like this where they have the cutouts and then the layering of the pieces on it. Maybe it's just me that I haven't seen it, but I think this is really pretty. It says fall is in the air. And then these three, I'm really liking these. I want to say these are new for this year as well. I think actually all the ones that we just looked at are new for this year. I don't remember seeing these in past years, but this is really pretty. I love the edging that they put on these three specifically. So this one says, welcome to our patch. This one's in sage green that says happy pumpkin season with a green truck. And then in the ivory, it says, hey there, pumpkin. And they brought these recipe ones back as well, so I'm seeing three different versions here. We have homemade apple pie with all the ingredients, and then the applique that kind of sticks out from the rest of the piece, apple cider, and then the cup is the applique that kind of is three-dimensional, and the Harvest Classic pumpkin pie, and the pie is the applique that is three-dimensional. They also have that cutout style in a couple more designs. So this one says pumpkin kisses and harvest wishes, and then this one on the sage green background says autumn skies and pumpkin pies, and that has a three-dimensional applique there of the pumpkin. And then we have the nice fall sign here where the pumpkins kind of overlap each other. This one just says fall, and then this is a mixture of the gourds and the pumpkin that say fall. And then here you have kind of the best of everything with the acorn, the sunflower, the pumpkin, and the fall leaves. Those are all really pretty as well. I'm also seeing a couple of new ones up here that says autumn is calling with all of the apples. And then one here that says hello fall. And then with the gourds and the pumpkins, you have the welcome sign. And then these are really cute. I really like this one that says autumn is my favorite color. I just like the color palette on this. I think it's the dark brown that's getting me on that one. Really pretty. And then they have this one that says open daily pumpkin patch, hand picked and farm fresh. And then they have this one that says welcome fall with all the critters, pumpkins, and mushrooms. That's really cute too. And then there's another one of these that has the cutouts and the applique on it that says meet me at the pumpkin patch on that kind of darker teal green color. And they also have their own version of the ribbon garlands here. So they have one in kind of the oranges, the patterned ribbon with the pumpkins and the leaves. And then they have one at the yellow, orange, teals, and creams is a little brighter coloring. So you got two different options here for you. They also have these two taller, more vertical signs here. These are about 1.5 feet tall each. So you have the one with the pumpkins and the turkey that says fall in the black glitter. Actually, they both have black glitter writing. And then just the pumpkin stack here and all the different patterns that says home. And then these are the felt placemats in the shape of the pumpkin. So I took a quick run over to the scanner. All of the signs are going to be $1.50. The yardsticks are $1.50. The garlands $1.50. All of those pumpkins are $1.50. And even the long signs are $1.50. The only thing that's ringing up is $1.25 is that pumpkin placemat, but it has a red dot sticker on it, so I'm guessing maybe just didn't get into the system yet, and it's going to be $1.50 eventually anyway. And these two shelves are already marked $1.50, so I'm guessing that's going to be kind of what we're going to be seeing here for a lot of their decor, just going up by 25 cents. Okay, I'm back. We're at a second Dollar Tree, and this is the aisle that they were putting together at the other store, so we can finally take a look. This is exciting. So I'm going to guess these are all $1.50. It says Harvest Crafts are $1.50, so let's go with that, and if we have any questions, we'll kind of address it along the way. And they're gonna have their little picks here. It does look like we're getting 5 in a pack, and I'm seeing it in the orange glitter, and the cream, those 3 colors. And then also in a pack of 5, we're just getting kind of like mini bowl filler. So the colors I'm seeing in this velvet are this brown, the pink, the blue, the burnt orange, cream, and like a darker moss green. And then they also have this 5-piece of the super mini buffalo check pumpkins, and to give you a size comparison, they're about half the size of the velvet ones. And in terms of size, you can probably fit all 5 of those in the palm of my hand. They also have a pack of that dark olive green color scatter here in a mixture of pumpkins and gourds, and it's another 5-piece pack. They also have their little scatter of the acorns in the classic acorn brown color. They also have it in the brown glitter and in the yellow and orange color. And there's an orange glitter in the back there. I'm also seeing their plastic leaf table scatter here, and it looks like there's 3 colors in there, kind of an orangey yellow, a burnt orange, and that olive green. And then they have one in the acorns in the yellow, the orange, and kind of a brownish color, like an amber color. And then they also have it in the pumpkin shape as well in those same 3 colors. They have the corn decor here in, well, there's kind of 2 colors of the yellowish orange. You have one that has a little more orange in it, and the one that has the brighter yellow in it, and then the one with sort of more of the reds and browns in it. Some other table scatter I'm seeing is a 3-pack of these mushrooms, and that's the comparison to my hand for size. And then they have some wreath hangers, the over the door wreath hangers. They have this kind of a teal green one with the gourds and pumpkins. They have the burgundy one that with this decal on it that says autumn is calling. They have this mustard yellow one with the sunflowers, and this kind of a pumpkin orange colored one with the mushrooms. Also seeing some bows coming out. Here's we have a couple different harvest plaids here in the oranges and the tans, and then the one here with the pumpkins. It looks like there is a black background. If I can get it to focus here. There's a black background with the leaf pattern as well, and a green pattern with the mushrooms, and another white pattern with the leaves. They also have these 2 packs of these glitter leaves that have the little alligator clips on them. So I'm seeing it in the brown and this gold color. They're also putting out some of their crafting wood pieces here. So this one says Hello Pumpkin and has the raised decal of the pumpkin and the leaves. And I'm also seeing it in this version with just the leaves, or some of them are the raised decals. And then I'm seeing the one with the pumpkin. They also have the plain leaf one, and in terms of size, it's my hand for comparison. They have the pumpkin, and those are just like a piece of wood on top of the piece of wood, so it does raise up. That's for my hand. And they have the kind of to-go coffee cup piece, and that's the size there. They also have the leaf shape wreath form. It's gonna look like that. They also have these cute little beaded pumpkins here in a couple different colors. So this one is that teal green and the natural wood with the dark brown stem on it. And it also comes in the solid orange and in the orange and white. And there is a solid white one, but it's in the back of the row here that I can't quite get it out without taking every single one of them down. But just know it comes in the solid orange, the solid white, the white and orange, and then the green and natural. They also have this little hanging decor piece. So you get 3 things on here. So you get the leaf that has a word on it. This one says gather, and then it comes with the 2 different acorns. And then they also have one that says thankful with the 2 different acorns. Those are the 2 variety that I'm seeing. They also have these decorative clips. So this large sunflower is a pale pink with the glitter gold center. They also have this red flower with the silver tips, And then the sunflower in like an ivory neutral color with a gold center. And then you can make your own ornament packs here. We have the leaf pattern. We have a squirrel pattern. There's a pumpkin pattern, an acorn pattern, and an apple. And then they have these Harvest DIY pins of apple pies. And they have the little clothespin on the back. And they also have out the pumpkin wreath form. And then I'm also seeing these little tin buckets here that says fall is in the air and autumn breeze and falling leaves. Those are cute. Those would be good if you have a plant or a faux plant to keep it in its own pot and just stick it in here. And then you can reuse this from year to year. You can also use it for utensils if you're having the more casual potluck style, buffet style picnic or meal. You can always put your plasticware in there or some napkins or something like that, just as a way to corral those items and have it be a nice seasonal theme. I'm also seeing some 60-inch scarecrows here. Price will be on the screen, and I'm seeing them in just these two colors, the green overalls and the blue overalls. And that is going to do it for our trip into Dollar Tree today. More is still going to be coming out, I'm sure, and we'll be back to see all of it. So make sure you're subscribed so you're in the know and you get those notifications. And I will see you all in the next one.